Welcome, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here. We're starting a new series of Kaiserreich. Okay, I hope this series can go well in multiple aspects. Not that, well, I hope to win, but for me it's still very much of an experiment. Many of you who have already played a lot, I know, but you can watch me trip and stumble a lot through this, maybe then. Okay, Kaiserreich team proudly presents Alpha version. First off, there are several things I want to point out regarding our new mechanics. You check the politics tab of your country. See all kinds of exciting new things. Keep in mind that your stability level is directly influenced by your political power balance. To keep a second, you should be aware that the mod is designed with the assumption that the player will always annex all possible states in peace treaties, so that you should make sure you do that. Finally, we'd like to remind you that this is still alpha. Okay, so mentioning it. So it's still the basic sort of stuff. Modified a little bit, but okay. Not going to any outrageous levels that okay, that's something that's to be determined, I guess, still. So, news events. This is the president of the International News Tribune speaking. Kaiserreich mod is deeply enriched in lore and storytelling. Okay. I guess we want to know everything. So, just a second. This is going to drive me crazy if I don't get it. Adjust it a little better like that. There we go. So, let's, I guess, pump up the speed a little bit. Now, starting out, we have a few choices, just a few. Imperial restructuring, days, 35 days. Political power. Obviously, it does unlock other things. State of the economy, political power. Now, just in case you didn't know, basically each one of these national focuses takes one political power per day. So if it was take 50 days to do it, gives you 50 political power. It's a complete wash. You don't get any bonuses other than obviously unlocking things. That's just 21 days. Finish the Navy plan program. Okay. I think we will do this. I'm not sure. Well, let's get the economy. The first 35 days we will do the economy. Alright, well, let's go. And we have free civilian factories. Well, very good. Not quite sure why that is. Oh, we're not getting about. So let's cancel this entirely. Let's get oil from Venezuela. Oh, we may need to.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Throw all the plans in the trash. Okay, well. need to start there. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, the Constitution of the German Kaiserreich. Ah, hello, Emperor Chenka. Yes, you are. I'm just starting here, Kaiserreich. So if you've got any hints, tips, suggestions, please let me know. After the crushing defeat of the Second French Empire by forces of the North German Federation, our Constitution was signed in 1871. We know that is the Franco-Prussian War, at least we in the Anglosphere, by representatives of the North German Federation. Poitiers is saying hello on stream or Steam, but don't have time to answer that now. The Constitution put southern German states under the influence of the North German Federation, and thus giving the new identity of the Deutsches Kaiserreich according to the Constitution, the Federation of the German. Okay, I don't think I'm going to read all of this, so. Hello, gentlemen. Pax Ratland and Cedar Kritzent. Hi to all of you. Yeah, I have played it before, but not a lot. I have a couple of short series, so I'm still a newbie on this, a noob, but I have played it before, so it isn't quite the first time, but it's definitely not an experienced player. So I want to, learn, and if you guys can help guide me through this, I will greatly appreciate that. And of course, we have the assassination of President Kerensky in Russia. So, how barbaric. Yeah, I'm sure they will, but before Waking the Tiger gets out, I want to play a bunch of this. Maybe we'll be playing another country. Once they update it. And Germany may be a bit intense for me. You guys get to watch me fall flat on my face then. Well, I hope this is going to be a bit of a longish series. Because it's March 8th is when Waking the Tiger comes out. And I don't know if they're going to get early access to it or not. I can't say. But so it'll be some time after that, because there is going to be major structural changes for Waking the Tiger that it's not going to be a week or two's update if they're going to properly deal with all the changes. So it's going to be probably weeks, months. So hopefully this will be a good series. Got the German army somewhat. Now I know we can go into Belgium. King Edward the 8th is crowned as King of Britain. He wasn't historically actually crowned. George V, the last King of Great Britain, has to have ruled the home islands themselves. And yes, I do understand that this is the exiled in Canada king over here. So now let's see if we can find a oh, we can speed this up a little bit. Okay, payment of the Brest-Litovsk reparations. With the stagnation of our economy and worsening conditions of our citizens during 1935, our government has decided that in order to restart our economy, we need additional cash. Only available option is to amass sufficient capital to help our economy was to force Russia state to prematurely repay the remaining of the Brest-Litovsk during this Berlin conference. President Alexander Kerensky, together with Prime Minister Pavel something or other, were forced to accept the premature payments. Okay, so we'll get reduction in consumer goods, so that will mean, should mean at least greater factory output here. Oh, okay, cool. So we can get the person who became George, the 6th. Okay, Black Monday. This is where the Kaiserreich starts to fall apart a bit, if I understand. On the 3rd of February 1936, the Berlin Stock Exchange stopped sinking. It plunged, it fueled. Okay. So we get a bunch of bad effects, including a big negative hit to our political power. Nothing we can do about that yet. I am doing the state of the economy, national focus, which I think will help us. Okay, we have run on the banks. German citizens, panicked by the collapse of the Berlin stock market, are rushing to make bank runs to withdraw their assets. The banks cannot afford to give out such sums, and many are in danger of collapse, many clamoring for immediate government intervention to stabilize the unprecedented financial crisis. Yes, banks don't have moment where the fun starts. Yeah, yes. Banks don't have everybody's money, because the whole idea is they collect your money and then loan it out to other people, keeping a largest slush fund, shall we say, to deal with it, but can't handle that. So we can close the banks temporarily, guarantee the holdings of private individuals, or do nothing. Which of these two are better? Pay the 140 or pay the 100? Do any of you know? This just seems to be the worst of the two. And we can also you prefer close it? Okay. So we'll do that. So we'll take the big hit on political power, but we'll close the banks temporarily. Oh, well, now we got too late. Guarantee holdings. Well, we need consensus. Okay, I presume now is best to go to Imperial Restructuring, or now these look nice, but we could finish the Navy plan. Only 10 days. Yeah, let's do this, I think. Okay, transmission of it. Afghanistan's declared war. Okay, agricultural crisis in Middle Europa. Well, let's... Electoral gridlock in France. The Commune of France is the world's leading syndicalist nation. United as a federation of city communes directed by the Comité de Salute Public or something, chief executive, ever since the inception, however, the second. Okay. Nothing we can really do about that, but good to know. Agricultural crisis in Middle Europe. During this time of great crisis, the agricultural sector in Germany economy is one of the most vulnerable to the turmoil. With this in mind, several Junkers, representing the landed nobility of the Kingdom of Prussia, have asked for protectionist legislation and subsidies for their products. By imposing tariffs on foreign produce, we will strengthen this important sector in the Reich economy. Such a measure is likely to ensure further damage of the economy of our neighbors, however, as they are greatly dependent upon trade with Germany. Wheat crops in Ukraine particularly vulnerable. Okay, so we can protect our own peasants, or we can promise to help, which gets us better relations. This gets us worse relations. Hi, Gigwing. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is Kaiserreich mod. This is a mod that presumes Germany won World War I and then reimagines what would the world have looked like if. And there's a whole long tradition going back to at least Hearts of Iron 2. Sort of skipped Hearts of Iron 3 as a game, and now we're back with this. So... and we are trying to manage our way through a crisis. Is the consensus to protect our own peasants and disrupt relations there? That's just such a big hit. 160 political power. Okay. That isn't a good outcome, having this syndicalist take over Ukraine. Well, I guess that since we're digging ourselves deep in a hole, we might as well go all in. For those of you watching it later, who cares about Afghanistan? The 5th Anglo-Afghani War. Well, let's look at this. Should we send Lend-Lease? Is that a good thing to disrupt the Dominion of India? Do we want to do that? How are our stocks of equipment? Well, we could send them a few rifles. Okay, well, we'll leave them alone. For those of you watching a bit later on YouTube, I am playing this live on Twitch and getting some help from the Twitch chat. Okay, Black Week comes to an end. The situation hardly improved in the days following on Black Monday, which was the start of what became known as Black Week. Panic selling of stocks reached an all-time high as people tried to dump their stocks before they became worthless. When the Berlin stock market closed at the end of the week, the market was dead as the 11 major economic experts and top executive in Germany committed suicide. Uh-oh. The German government had to act. We must reform the economy. Okay. Financial troubles in the colonies. Raising inflation and consequently debased Reichsmark means that the state expenses on the German colonies have become too great to maintain pre-Black Monday tax codes. Some maverick politicians propose raising taxes, but raising taxes on the German nationals just to aid German colonies would obviously not be popular, especially not under the present economic situation. Most of the Reichstag merely proposed limited financial support for our colonial possessions. What shall we do? Okay, we can raise taxes. That will hurt us greatly. We can spare the expense only for our colonies under our direct control. That will hurt us some. Tighten our belts. They'll have to find another source. Oh, what's another negative 60 political power? Now what I want to do here is take these 6 and put them to here. Let's just a second, let me close this. Back. Coming back at least. Okay, we could do Walter Modal. Are you sure you want? No, cancel. I just want to put him in charge here. And we're going to give him to watch the French border and Belgium to back up the Belgians. And then hopefully von Rundstedt will reorganize to cover the hole in the line. Okay, death of Pope Pius the 11th. Okay, he is both the Pope as well as the leader of this part of Italy. Okay, that's good. What's our fortress level 3? Okay, no, they're not too big of a fortress, but we should be able to hold with this. If war comes, downfall and stability. Okay, yes, we know that this is not good. Keep them commies locked up in France. Habsburg terrorists terrorize the cities. Okay. With devastating economic situation, many families struggle to earn their daily bread, and the social security net is strained beyond breaking point. Now, in the last week, the streets of many German cities have been increasingly terrorized by gangs of teenagers. These Habsburg, however you pronounce it, steal products from markets and shops, and often money from the innocent pedestrians, or commit acts of vandalism to escape boredom and frustration. Okay, so more political power down. Just what we needed. Okay, the Kenyatta Sulf, I don't know if fair, Unusual cases reached the highest courts in the German state. Anti-colonial activist Jomo Kenyatta, he eventually becomes, I think he's, Jomo Kenyatta, doesn't he eventually become the president of Tanzania? It's been a while. Okay, in post-colonial there. Brought a class action lawsuit against the former Afrikaan Stadtler Wilhelm Solf. The case has become something of an embarrassment, as some of the plaintiffs are veterans of the Great War. It cannot be easily dismissed. They claim that Solf's administration harmed them through policies of illegal land seizures and even abductions and torture, all done with Solf's knowledge and little legal basis. Quietly, the Foreign Office has explained to the government that such things are common and necessary in our colonial administration. They strongly urge we quash this motion. So, the court has no right to rule on Middle African affairs. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, so we're going to follow our Foreign Office and say that is outside of our jurisdiction. That means they get to have a revolt, right? Okay, minus 700. That's good to know. Thanks. Okay, Imperial restructuring, which gives us a minor boost. Remilitarization of Olentia. The Treaty of Bucharest, 18, officially ended the Krieg for Romania, but at a high cost. Okay, so the nation now dominated by German and Austrian industries. Ostentia was demilitarized, and the oil fields leased to Germany up to a distant year of 2012. Humiliation and terror result. Okay, first the conductor was remilitarization of a... Okay, so they're getting a bit uppity now. So we can organize the youth, which will get us more manpower, which we don't have any manpower. We can do Eastern Promises. We can get our Institute of the Verdict Reich Polizei. Okay, I believe that's by the picture looks like the aftermath of Black Friday is over. Okay, we will focus. That I think is what we should do. Everybody agree? Aftermath of Black Monday should be the next thing. Oh, okay, good. Thanks, Emperor. Yes, okay. There's a little bit of a delay between what I'm doing and what you're seeing, so that means I may have to pause like that to sort of let you have time to type something if I want your input. So have Von Mackinson in charge of our cavalry. Unpause it. The FOD, the Free Arbeiterunion Union Deutschland, the Free German Workers Union the Free Workers Union of Germany, is a roof organization of several trade unions founded in 1927. They have denounced the syndicalist underground terror repeatedly and therefore been allowed to operate until now, but the Verdict Reich Polizei has produced definite proof that their leader are in contact with the syndicalist organizations in other nations, such as the CNT AFI in Spain. We also suspect that they may be plotting against the Kaiser. Jail the leaders. I guess we're going to jail the leaders. It looks like the... No, we're gonna let them. We're gonna go the dangerous route. I think we're gonna let them continue to operate. But I can't really afford any more major hits. Thanks for that 700 downfall and stability. This does not bode well. Okay. I can't take any more hits. This is a disaster. Okay. The First International Congress. Yeah, down with the Syndicalists. But I'm hoping that France Reds are meeting to coordinate their activities, which are definitely aimed against order we have established in Europe. I think they might break into a civil war somewhere, and we can send off most of our Syndicalists to go die in the Civil War. Not sure that that's always going to happen, but... Okay. Arthur Honor is elected as chairman of the TUC, the Trade Union Congress, in the Union of Britain, has made up out of... Be decisive. Okay. Food from Middle Africa, thanks to the initiative of the new colonial administration. Okay, so... Well, that'll be helpful, hopefully. Profits from the legation cities. These are out in China. Okay, 1926 German intervention in China and the Treaty of Nanjing, signed in November of that year. Foreign trade was left to the richest cities of the coast under the joint control of world powers owning interests in China. The independencies of these consortiums and cities were guaranteed by 10 powers. The foreign investments and the legation cities themselves flourished not only through foreign trade, but also thanks to smuggling into Ost Asian, which is our sort of puppet region, and the Queen Imperial territories. Okay, so that's good. How are we doing in building any of these things? Okay, well, they've radically been cut down. France shows its true face. Manpower. That manpower got instantly taken in. Okay, aftermath of Black Monday. Now, we can bail out the Junkers estates, political power. Let's wait. Don't want that hit of 50 political power just yet. Yeah, we could use that political power. Maybe come with some bad consequences, but let's do that. Okay, everybody on stream, just stay where you are. I'm just going to end the episode for those watching on YouTube later. So the stream isn't ending, just the episode here. So as you're listening on YouTube can tell, we're ending the episode. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos. I do appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel or follow me over on Twitch, either or both if you haven't. And I really love hearing from you. We're going to be playing this in a few blocks, but still your input, which will be quite helpful. So I'd love to post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.